Hello guys, it's me. I am so tired. I wish that I didn't want to be a YouTuber, because then maybe I could just go to sleep. Follow my Instagram to see me at the gym, rio.wins. Let's start with some cute animals that I just learned about recently. So the first one that I want to talk about today is the dwarf Japanese flying squirrel. First of all, I want to say, are you freaking kidding me? This is a living kid's toy. This is a sidekick from an anime, a Samurai Champloo. That's one of these. It's unbelievable. He's gorgeous, he flies. Let's learn a little bit more about this creature. This animal exists on a few of Japan's islands, Honshu, Kyushu, and Shikoku. These squirrels tend to prefer evergreen trees like pines to nest in, and they don't really nest in the branches like American squirrels or like birds would. They tend to go into like the cavities in the trunks of the tree. These animals are usually about 5.5 to 7.9 inches long. They are super common, but it's not super common to see them because they are nocturnal. They wake up at night to eat fruits, seeds, tree leaves, bark. They just wake up and start eating the tree pretty much. They wake up and they're like, my house, delicious. They're also known to line their nest with moss and lichen to make it more comfortable, which I think that ups the cuteness factor, that like he makes his house comfy. He puts like a little bed, little pillow, shit. These animals tend to separate themselves by sex, which basically means that if you were to stumble upon a nest of them, right, and there was 5 individuals, they would probably all be female or probably all be male. The only time when female and male cohabitate is during mating season, and usually it will just be one mating pair in a burrow instead of like multiple pairs. It would just be one, just like two of them, one male, one female. I also see this super cute Shikawa, I think that's what it's called. It's like this little squirrel character. It's also one of these animals. As you may have guessed, these creatures don't actually fly. They sort of glide from tree to tree using the membrane that stretches between their limbs. It's sort of like a loose skin. Anyways, I'm gonna give these guys oh no. This needs like a 20 out of 10. These are incredibly cute. Why do they look like this? Why do they look like this? And then he makes a little bed with some moss. Oh my god, do you guys think he has a little blanket that he gets under and it's just like some moss? He's just like, tucks himself in. These are the things that are important to me. Next animal. Okay, let me propose a question to you. What if you saw a parrot that was roughly the size of a chicken? This is the kakapo. This big bird is the world's only flightless parrot, and thus they are ground nesting birds. These animals are nocturnal and they are endemic to New Zealand. Other than the large size and the flightlessness, these parrots are unique in a couple other ways as well. They share a resemblance with owls because of their forward-facing eyes and their large gray beak, which is strange because they don't seem to serve a purpose considering that the kakapo is a herbivorous bird. It eats plants. It doesn't even hunt. These birds are a prime example of a very interesting concept in evolutionary science known as island syndrome. In simple terms, they got so big and lost their ability to fly because in the island biome, it wasn't detrimental to the species for those things to happen, for them to become nocturnal, for them to lose their ability to fly, for them to become as big as a chicken. It didn't cause them to be hunted more or their population to dwindle, at least at the time where they were turning into this. Any predators that would hunt a parrot type creature would probably hunt during the daytime. Any avian predators, the ones that became nocturnal, since they're the things that were hunting them were hunting mostly during the daytime. There we go. Before human predation, these birds were everywhere, all over New Zealand. When we got there and started eating them, that's when shit went left as far as their numbers. They're confined to spaces on the island with low predation in order to protect the species. The kakapo is a habitat generalist. He can live pretty much everywhere. He's just a really chill guy. Is that a dead meme? Is that meme dead? Even though they can't fly, they can parachute. They climb up to very high places, excellent climbers by the way, and then they jump and spread their wings. It does give them sort of a gliding effect. They can't fly because their pectoral muscles aren't strong enough to like flap their wings and carry their body. There's no point. They aren't using this parachuting, gliding situation for travel though. These birds walk, and they can walk some distances. They've been observed to walk miles at a time. On their big blue feet, They've developed an also extremely efficient camouflage because it looks like the floor of a forest since they're ground nesting birds. They're green with black splotches. It looks like what the floor would look like if you looked through the trees and the shadows were kind of like the shadows of the leaves were kind of hitting the grass. That's the pattern of the bird. It's very beautiful and very good evolutionarily wise. I'm gonna give him a 10 out of 10. He's a cute little solitary bird. He's big and friend-shaped. I like him a lot. I really like the idea of a chicken wearing a sort of parrot costume, and he's sort of lying about it. I like that a lot. I like him. I think he's cool. 10 out of 10. Very cute. Our next guy is super cute with a super cute name, though it's confusing because I don't know exactly what it is. This is the Kinkajou. When I first saw it, I was like, I'm just wondering, I was just like, what is this? Like, is this a monkey or a sloth? What am I looking at? It's not quite a monkey. Too big to be a squirrel. I know that it's a mammal. It's covered in fur. Is it a sort of primate? The simplest animal that I can relate the Kinkajou to, for you, I guess, to understand where it would be in the animal kingdom, is the raccoon. I don't know how that works, but that's the truth, okay? I'm not lying to you. Raccoons are also super, super cute to me. These animals are native to Mexico, Central, and South America. This cutie is rarely seen by people as it is nocturnal and frugivorous, so there hasn't been any hunting behavior, observed, and it only comes out at night. Frugivorous meaning that it only eats fruits. These animals are also unfortunately hunted for their coat and for their meat, and I just want to say, who sees this and is like, I'd like to make him into a wallet? Part of me can understand that when it isn't this cute. Respect animals, but also don't kill Kinkajou, because I like him. They're also kept as pets, and they are reported to be docile and sweet when taken care of properly, albeit a little bit stinky. Probably because they have some scent gland situation going on, like ferrets. I almost got a ferret a while ago until I realized, dinky. They can become aggressive if they are disturbed during their sleep, like if they're kept awake for too long, because they don't like to be awake during the daytime. They also can get upset if there's any sudden movements or loud noises, because I guess the Kinkajou just doesn't like that. Dude, if you're gonna have some exotic weird pet that should be swinging from tree to tree, expect to have have extra parameters for how it's not a dog, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just. Even as a full-grown adult, these animals remain pretty light, often weighing 3 to 10 pounds. It resembles the New World monkeys in a way that its tail is prehensile, and its tail is it's like a fifth hand. It's very good at using it to do stuff. And just like raccoons, they can use their hands, similarly to primates, which is pretty damn cool. And like I said, some people keep them as pets. On average, they live about 23 years in captivity, with the oldest one living to 42 years in captivity. Good job, Kinkajou guy. And in 2023, National Geographic reported that some escaped Kinkajou were living in Florida. Floridians, catch me a Kinkajou. You niggas are insane. I believe in you. Please catch me a Kinkajou. I entrust you more than anyone else to catch it for me. Do not let Louisiana get it. They will cook him. Thank you so much, guys. Like, subscribe. Bye-bye.